Good morning and welcome to the Fairy Coach Tarot channel. My name is Raquel. Thank you for being here. Today is Monday, and like every Monday, we take a look at work and career tarot. So it's an interactive tarot reading in which you pick the deck or the fairy, and we look at the main energies around your work or career right now, as well as what challenges or opportunities that come from those challenges you have, and what is the recommended next step moving forward. All right. So we always begin with grounding, centering, and connecting with the breath. So I suggest that you are in a place where you are undisturbed so you can connect energetically with this video and with the message of the cards, right? And I always start by rolling the shoulders back. Follow me if you want to do it with me. Then moving gently the neck from side to side, front to back, and that is to release excess energy. All right, and to release also tension. And now let's take a deep inhale through the nose together. Hold at the top for a couple of seconds and gently exhale, doubling the time of your exhale. All right. Now, intuitively choose the deck or the fairy that is calling you. It could be the pink fairy and this beautiful deck, the blue fairy, a little bit of a larger one, or the yellow fairy. Ready? All right, let's get started. Today we have three very interesting decks that I really like, and um, they are a little bit different, and they are also a little bit the same or alike in certain other ways. All right, so all right, let's begin by moving the cards a little bit from side to side and setting that intention. All right, telling the cards what it is that we want at this time. Please give us guidance, insight, advice, and messages for our work and career. Looking at the challenges that we have, how they can be opportunities for us, as well as what is the recommended next step. All right, perfect. So let's begin with what is the main guidance, challenges, and opportunities. All right, and more than one came out. We honor all cards that want to come out. And last, we are going to look at the recommended next step. Perfect. All right, so you'll see why this is also one of my favorite cards because it has a very natural theme. It's very enchanting. It's all about forest animals. So, what card answers our call? It is suspension. So, Major Arcana, Major advice, and this is Major Arcana 12, that it is the Hanged Man in traditional tarot. So, what is the energy forecast and advice from the spirit of this card right now? So, this is telling us that right now, around your work and career, it is a time not to pursue new endeavors or not to start anything new, but to wait, to pause, right? Um, it's interesting that in this depiction of the hanged man, it's kind of like a cocoon, right? So see it this the same way. So what this card is advising you is not to do anything drastic at this time, or not to pursue any, as I mentioned, new endeavors, start new projects, but it is a time um to pause and really start reflecting perhaps on what is your career going to, or what it is that you want out of your professional life, your career, what projects you have in mind. So it calls more for a time for not only introspection, but coming home to yourself in the sense of saying, what am I going to do from here on? What is my plan? What it is that I want, right? So if there is anything that interests you, this is the time to explore it without impulsively doing it, right? So, thinking about the pros and cons, mapping a plan to get you there, really reflecting if something is aligned with who and you are and what you want, right? So it's not a time to be impulsive or to begin anything. So the advice of this card is pause, a lot of reflection around work, projects, career, if it's aligned with you, what it is that you're going, what it is that you want. And if you have an offer of a job or an opportunity out there, to pause, buy yourself some time and think about everything, the pros, the cons, if it aligns with you, what is required. So do a lot of reflecting. All right. And what is the challenge or opportunities that the tarot is pointing at? And who answers our call? It is the Seven of Visions, supported by the Seeker of Visions. So visions in tarot is cups in traditional tarot. So the visions in this deck is cups in traditional tarot. So we're talking about the water element, and we have seven, and the seeker would be the Knight of Cups, right? So, what is the Seven of Cups tells us about these challenges or opportunities that we have? So, the seven again is a number, the energy of sevens is a number that really is about introspection or spirituality in the sense of connecting, right? It's about connecting with ourselves. And the Seven of Cups is when we have a lot of things that in our heart or our mind, opportunities or things that we are assessing if they are right for us. So, what is the advice here of what challenge is an opportunity for us? So, coming together with this, so remember that the messages are not individual, but they are all linked. So here we have the main one taking center stage, that is Major Arcana 12, that is telling us to wait, to pause, to assess. And these seven of visions or seven of cups is following up with the same theme, in the sense that your challenge right now, or the opportunity, that the challenges that you're facing right now, is to really look around and see everything that is possible, all the opportunities that you have work wise, right? So, taking a look at your current situation, where that is going, taking a look at what are the possible new endeavors you can take, right? What are projects that are aligned with who you are, right? So just taking an overall look at everything that is possible at this time. So we have that the main guidance here is telling you to pause, right? And not do anything. And the challenge or opportunity is to actually see everything that is possible. So look at every single possibility. So do not just focus on reflecting on one thing, but right now, the opportunity lays in that you need to see everything that is possible that you could do, right? And what is the Knight of Cups adding to this? And the Knight of Cups, it is action, right? It is taking steps forward. But the Knight of Cups takes a step forward towards the things that bring them joy, bring contentment that they love, right? And it's not telling you right now to take that action because, as the main message says, it's a time to pause. But it is saying, look at all the possibilities you have and remember the one that is right for you is the one that you are going to love. It's kind of like saying, if I put in front of you different things, different possibilities. The one that automatically you want to jump up and say, I love this. So when you say, I love this, so that is the right path for you. And that's what this night is telling you. But yes, a time to pause, time to really look at everything that's possible. And remember that once you have everything in front of you of what is possible, the right step to take will be when you feel that I love this, right? So that's how your energy is going to talk to you. Now, what's the next step right now that we need to take, right? And this is the seeker of spells. So we have another seeker here. And again, the seeker is the knight, right? And spells is wands. So here we have the knight of wands. Interesting because we have two cards that are about action when the main advice is to pause. But this seeker of spells here, that it is a knight of wands, is talking more than the action, although it's a card of action, is talking more about intention and directing that intention, right? And yes, you are pausing, you are making sure to really observe, connect with yourself, right? Think about all the possibilities and remembering that the right one for you will be the one you love, but also of the importance of intention, the power that there is behind intention, right? So once you follow the advice of the spirits of the terror right now, we are pausing, we're assessing possibilities, we recognize the possibility of what we need to do because we're just going to feel a love for it. But then it's about setting intention and being, not only that, is being very intentional with the steps forward we take. So the most important step to take is to set the intention of what you want, right? I want this job. I want this career. I want this project. So visualize it, feel it, right? When we manifest and we create in our life, it starts all with this visualization. It's kind of seeing a picture in your mind, what it is that you want. Set that intention. Where am I going? Right? So visualizing it, having it clear, and then also being intentional with the steps you take, right? Making sure they are aligning with you. All right, so it's a very good reading and very powerful because it is saying the importance of connecting to yourself right now and really not being impulsive, looking at all the possibilities, looking at different ways to look at things, but really putting in front of you everything that would be an option. And then remembering that you must feel absolute love for the option you choose. But then it's all about the intention, setting the intention, being intentional with your next steps, right? So, really, I would summarize this reading as a strategy, right? Being very strategic in a way. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. There may be somebody who needs to hear these messages. And remember, this is a general reading for the collective. If you want us to look more in depth at your particular situation, I offer online sessions, online tarot sessions that you can do from anywhere in the world. So we do them either by video call, phone call, or even chat, as well as you can order a pre-recorded reading on my website. What means that the reading gets delivered to you by email, and you can either, it can be video or audio, and you can watch it and hear it anytime you want. All right, let's now look at the blue fairy for those of you who picked that one. And here we go with the blue fairy. All right. Now, let's move gently the cards from side to side, just to move the energy around, although the cards have being prepared on the sacred space as well before I started the video. But we move the energy a little bit, we give it a little knock, and we set the intention. Please give us guidance, insight, and advice towards our work and career and professional life in love, in light for our highest good, that prayer of protection, and also what opportunities we have that come from challenges, as well as the next recommended steps forward. All right. Oh, two cards. Didn't see that. I thought it was one. All right. Here we go. The main advice and guidance. And now let's look at, oops, the opportunities. That was fast. And what are the next steps forward? Oh, right here. Jumped right out. All right, let's look at who answers our call. And it is the messenger of earth and the king of earth. So the messenger of earth would be the page of pentacles. And then we have the king of swords. But this is the protagonist and this is the supporting character, right? The spirits that answer our call. My apologies, I had to pause a second to drink. So we have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is bringing advice to you, telling you this is the time to keep preparing, to keep building, to keep learning, right? So talking about the energies around your work and career, this is a time for you to either go back to school or start doing some trainings, keep building, keep working on the projects you're working. So it's a time to grow, right? The page is somebody who grows, and the Page of Pentacles is somebody who, with their effort, with their work, with their learning, they are building where they are going. So this card encourages you to learn more, to build, to build the foundation of where it is. So either look at your career right now. Is it that you may need to go back to school? Is it certain learning or trainings that you need at this time? So keep learning more, keep preparing yourself for the future, right? Giving yourself a good foundation, all right? And if you are working on projects, it's the page says kind of do not give up, keep going. Now we have the King of Swords supporting the message of the page, right? And this King of Swords is somebody who's very intellectual, who's very good talking, who it is very strategic, who learns. Who thinks things through very well, right? And is supporting the page by saying, okay, it is time to keep building, to keep learning, to preparing for the future this way, and to really come with a practical strategy for your career, right? So if I tell you you need to keep learning, you need to keep preparing and building, well, there are a lot of ways to prepare and build or learn. So this king is saying, be strategic, right? So what is it that your career is going, and then find what training can I take, what schooling can I do, what is something that would benefit me right now. Now let's look at the opportunities, challenges that become opportunities. And who answers our call? It is the Eight of Cups, right? So here we have main message. It is time to learn to keep building, right? And the King of Air is saying be strategic how you're doing it, what it is that you can learn right now, what it is that you're going, right? So it helps you be very strategic in your planning. And the Eight of Cups, right, is that card that usually tells you it's time to walk away from something, right? But here, this eight is not only walking away from something, it says the opportunity is walking towards something else, right? So if the main message for your career is to keep building, to keep preparing for that future in a strategic way, the Eight of Cups is telling you the opportunity is lays in moving forward, right? So not staying stuck on thinking this is the job for me for the rest of my life or this. No, move forward, have vision, right? Where it is something that because it's water, so here we have emotions. What is something that you would really like to be involved in professionally, right? So find classes, find trainings, find ways to get you there. The opportunity is ahead of you. It's in looking forward to the future that would give you those how do I put it? It's looking forward to a future that you envision, that you love. It's not staying stuck in whatever job it is, whatever it is, but having more of a vision and then preparing for it, keep building it, keep studying it, but do it as strategic. What courses are good for this? What books? What teachers? What who can help me? So this king says build a strategy and a plan and study, prepare and build. But it's the opportunity lays in, or the challenge that you're facing right now is that maybe you're not looking ahead enough, right? So moving ahead into goals for the future. And what's the precise next step to take is the Four of Earth, and that's the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles in traditional tarot is this image of a person just holding in to these big coins, right? These pentacles. So the Four of Earth is all about this energy of the Four of the foundation. So the next steps right now, it is to actually build a sustainable step moving forward. So if you look at it, so it's telling you that the main guidance here is to keep building and to prepare, probably by training, studying, learning more things, doing it in a strategic way, right? But having vision, looking into the future, looking into future goals or dreaming big, right? But the first steps to take would be to lay a good foundation. So that meaning the Four of Earth is holding on to things because it's laying a good foundation, a stable foundation. So financially, how is your project growing? Where is your career going? Laying a solid foundation that makes you feel secure, right? So sometimes when the Four of Pentacles comes in, wants us to look at financially, do we have security, financial security to keep building over it, right? So even though it's all about learning and preparing and building, remember to build a solid foundation. So do not go into these like amazing loans to learn new things, because the first step is to know that the foundation, and mostly financial foundation, is there, that you're building your career on solid ground, that you're taking the steps. But this card really points out to dreaming big, so dreaming bigger than you've been dreaming, and honestly preparing for it. So building the foundation, but preparing and building on top of it by training, learning, even listening to podcasts or reading certain books can make a big difference right now. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this message. Remember, this is a general message for the collective. So to look more in depth at your particular situation, please reach out and book a private session with me. You can also go to my website or my Gumroad storefront. And there are different options of how you can work with me, and we can look at what's going on with your work and career right now. Now, let's take a look at the yellow fairy. All right, let's look at the yellow fairy. Let's move the cards a little bit from side to side. Wake them up. and set the intention. Please give us guidance, advice, and insight into our professional life, work, and career. Also, those opportunities, challenges that can become opportunities, and the next steps forward in love, in light for our highest good. Right? Main message. Oh, two for challenges, opportunities, and oops, yes, and two more. That's what I thought. Two more for the next steps forward. All right, what is the main guidance here? And the main guidance is the Seven of Athamas, that it is swords, right? So, what is the Seven of Swords telling us right now? So, the Seven of Swords is a card that sometimes depicts mistrust, right? And right now, this card brings the advice, right? Brings the guidance, and it's telling you that the energies are asking for you to trust more in your abilities, right? So be able to trust more what you can accomplish. So examine the way you talk to yourself, right? Those inner conversations that you have. And this card is saying, make sure that with your inner conversation, you're building yourself up. Right? So, not creating more and more self doubt in a way that it is calling in for energy around you of things not to manifest because you may be swimming in self-doubt. So the main guidance here is how can you build yourself up more with your inner dialogue? What things can you say to yourself that build yourself up in a way that you feel more capable of taking your career or your work life to the next level? What are things that will build you up right now? So, examine your inner dialogue, the things that you're telling yourself, and the thoughts you are entertaining. And here we go for challenges that become opportunities. And who answers? The World Tree, Major Arcana, Major Advice, and it supported the Knight of Chalices, the Knight of Cups. All right. So, what is the challenge that becomes an opportunity for you right now, right? And so seeing that you have to talk to yourself differently, examine those thoughts that you have, so you trust yourself more and your abilities. And this is because it says, all right, there is a chapter of your life that, or in your work and career that's done, that's coming to an end, that are not in a bad way. There are some lessons that have been learned, but there is a phase that is ending. What means is instead of looking at it like this, look at there is a new opportunity emerging, right? That's where your opportunity is. There is something new beginning, right? That needs to be handled in a way of like this night, taking steps forward to it. So do not stay thinking about the past or about what it was. Believe more in yourself. Take the new opportunity that it's starting and move forward with it. But it's very important to move forward that you trust yourself and your abilities more, right? So in this ending, that's a new beginning, that it's an opportunity forward. It's all about also building yourself up to move forward with joy, right? It's with the Knight of Cups is not only bringing love but joy. So a new opportunity that that is the energy of a new opportunity that brings happiness, that brings joy to your career. But the advice is to talk to yourself different and build yourself up, right? And now let's look at the recommended next steps forward. And who answers our call? The Star, Major Arcana 17, major arcana, major advice, and supporting it, we have major arcana 15. All right. Now, interesting because this would be the devil card in tarot, in traditional tarot. So the interesting thing in these two cards is that this one, the major arcana 15, is supporting the star, but they are very different in the advice that they bring. So what do they say coming together in this position? So the star is a card of hope and faith, right? And is also the card that lets you know that you are divinely guided. That's the phrase I want to use when this card comes up, right? And it's telling you if the energies are saying that there is, let's put it together so we can look at all the reading together. So this, the star is saying you are being guided to something new. All right. There is this energy that's ending. Something is in your work and your professional life is ending, and there is a new energy emerging, a new energy that brings an opportunity of something that will make you happy, that is joyful, career wise, that will go well. So you're being guided towards that. So do not be afraid of it and really believe in yourself because this energy is moving you forward. Now, we have Major Arcana 15 that is adding to this, but yes, you're being guided into something new, something that is successful, right? But you need, again, is coming back to this. You need to believe in yourself and not listen to the voice of self doubt, listen to any type of inner voice that brings you down. What takes us back to this? This is a time to trust yourself. And how do you trust yourself? By building yourself up, right? And if there is something that you consider a mistake, it's not a mistake, it's a lesson. And build yourself up, build your self confidence, trust your abilities, and don't listen to any voice outside or your own inner voice that keeps you small or keeps you in self doubt, right? There is something that you're being guided to, and it is something positive, but it's a new energy coming in. So, your reading is all about building yourself up, building your the confidence that you have in yourself, and not listening to neither your inner voice when it brings you down or the voice of others. There is new energy coming in and it's divinely guided. So, very, very positive. All right, I hope you liked your reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this message as someone may need to hear it also. Besides subscribing and getting the notifications for the videos, know that I offer private online sessions that can be done either by phone, video call, or chat, right? So reach out if you want more information on that. Just I'm on WhatsApp and you can find me on the different social media channels. But if you want, you can just go directly to my website and book your online session, or even get a pre-recorded reading, because I also offer readings that are sent directly to you that can be either video or audio in format, right? So you can get a pre-recorded reading or book an online session. Then liking and subscribing and getting those notifications on so you get the different videos. So on Sunday we have the energy forecast. Monday we look at work and career, and Tuesday, tomorrow, we're gonna look at love and romance, right? Wednesdays we get oracle card messages, oracle messages. Instead of tarot, we do oracle. Thursday, we look at energy, so the 7 chakras or the individual chakras. And Fridays, we get the weekend tarot. So make sure those notifications are on. And let me know down in the comments what deck did you pick. I hope you have a gentle rest of your day and brightest blessings your way.